Right. Hello. Good evening. This is going to be just a quick discussion depending on what questions anyone has, but I wanted to come and speak about why is it primarily black males that will literally try to destroy your life, try to destroy your dreams and your plans in life, your aspirations. And some of them are actually crazy enough to attack your mixed children. And this is actually going to not be just a discussion for Black women. And this is only a discussion for this channel, since evidently and apparently we have that kind of ignorant, bad element over on this channel that literally tried to take over. You're never going to find this content on my witchy channel, even though we know that when, especially some of you sisters, but it's not just, something that you don't see too often, um, is the non-black women, the white women that black men have completely destroyed. And so, and then also, this is a discussion specifically about black men. Specifically, I've only dated and gotten serious with black men. I don't hear well, I do hear about assholey, disgusting, narcissistic white men, trust me. But right now, I want to make it clear why you see black males doing it. And it is like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you try to destroy everything that I built? Why are you trying to make me lose my job? Why are you slandering me? Why are you spreading rumors? Why are you, gathering together groups of, different people to attack? And I'm going to make it very clear for you guys why. When you see a black man doing that, it is simply because he feels inferior to the white man. Yeah. Yep. That's why you got stalked on your job and slandered, and he did all of those things because he feels inferior. And this dawned on me while I was doing some research on Google. Um, I was, a couple of articles came up, and it's not to say that a black male cannot be a real estate developer or a real estate mogul. Yeah, he can, but he feels too inferior. The ones that want to do it feel way too inferior. But when I was coming across this because I was looking up something about real estate. And there was these pictures of white men, and you could tell that they were very distinguished gentlemen. And it was basically how to be a real estate broker. Now, most of us, before we came across certain people, as a Black woman, I have not had difficulty finding a job. I have not had difficulty finding success, but and I think it's because I don't feel inferior to anybody. And so that automatically, with that being the basis of my root chakra and just my being and what I exude, I've never felt like I couldn't get a job. Of course, I've been discriminated against before, of course. But I've never had an issue with that. And what I found is that the Black man that feels that way, he wants to try to make you feel inferior in every way. This is the reason why, when it comes to certain groups and cliques on YouTube, and why they hang with non-Black women. And it is because they actually feel as though they're going to try to make you feel inferior to this white woman, which most Black women don't. You shouldn't. Okay. But you do. And if you notice, I mean, of course, there's probably bad people out there. There's racist white women out there. Okay. Who cares? It's no sweat off my balls. If a white woman wants to be racist, that's her choice. But there are a lot of white women and white people that are not like that. This is something that, you know, is not necessarily an issue. And usually men like that are always pointing out racism. They're usually always pointing out their inferiorities. Okay. The reason why they attack the Black woman is because they have this misogyny towards the Black woman. And she is the enemy. She is the enemy to them because they blame everything on their mama. Something that their mama did, even though they claim it made them stronger and blah, 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 blah. It didn't. It actually made them weaker. And at some point, they began to feel inferior to white men. Okay. And they don't want to actually stand up to these white men. They don't. Even if it's a white man that they claim is not about nothing, they will damn near turn themselves into gay men when it comes to white men. I don't understand it. I really don't. And I'm not saying that every Black man is like that. No, I'm not saying that whatsoever. But the ones that you see hating on a Black woman and what she has and trying to destroy her livelihood, those are usually the ones. Especially if they're saying things like, you Black bitch, you ugly bitch. That is their inferiority complex showing. Now, it's really interesting as far as I'm concerned with my situation. I have a beautiful mixed child. He is biracial. Okay. And I love him to the moon and back. He is one of my favorite people in this world. Not my favorite child. I don't have any favorites when it comes to my children. But, he's my rainbow baby because I suffered a loss and he came into this world to heal me. And it just a beautiful experience being that child's mom. I wouldn't give up that experience in the world. And I would never, ever, ever let a confused Black man that needs to grow up and get his crap together and get his mind right. I would never, ever, ever allow. In fact, I'm looking forward to spending all of my free time with nobody but my children. I've decided that I'm just going to put relationships on the back burner. especially when it comes to black men, a good black man is hard to find. It is. It's hard to find a good black man. They are few and far between. Especially when you think about the alarming number of them that factually has inferiority complexes. Now, why they think that it makes them a man to subjugate a black woman is the mystery. It's one of the mysteries of the world that nobody in this world will ever appreciate. Well, it's called that anger. It's called that anger that they have, why they can't transmute it. They are constantly discrediting witches for being able to transmute that energy. Even when they do transmute it, they backpedal. It's very sad, but this is unfortunately what we are dealing with, what I have been dealing with. All those nights of frustration and anger is simply because of the black man's inferiority complex to the white man. The reason why they bully and try to harm you with, and this goes for the black woman too. There are black women that feel inferior to white people. They feel inferior to white women. And what they usually are doing is they are attacking other black people. It's a really, really, really messed up cry for help. My heart right now is healing because of this, and it sucks. And this is one of the reasons why I'm going to continue to social distance, besides everybody except for my clients. I have a mixed group of clients that I always work with. No, I am not racist in any way. But this is exactly what it is. And they are willing to do anything. Now, for me, being that I will sacrifice myself for my children, I will sell my soul to make sure that my children are good in life. But really, you don't have to. The cycle has been broken ultimately for a lot of you. Um, I just refuse to allow such stupid and petty differences to ruin my life. This has usually been the case. Black men typically have every excuse in the book for their behavior. They do. They come up with every excuse that they can. Okay. And this is the reality of it. They think in their minds that white people are better. And it's so sad. Why can't you just exist? Why can't you just live your life without that kind of racial tension? This is the reason why they will come online. They will support white racists, or white people saying racist things to people that aren't doing anything to them. This is the reason why they're willing to do that. I was attacked by a white racist, and I never even acknowledged her. Never said anything to her. She began attacking me. And, while at the same time, it was an attempt to pretty much program me to accept this type of treatment. And it's something that I won't accept because it's unnecessary. It's dangerous for my family. It makes no sense. It is meant for me to go far in my field of study, which is witchcraft. And that's just all it is to it. And I know that we are living in a world where that is okay. I feel as though I'm in good company. I'm not paranoid and delusional about white people. I'm fully connected to all of my sisters, white and black. So, and I'm not the type of person that would allow someone to change my perception. If you have a mixed child, and I don't know any mother that does this, feels some type of way about her child because another adult is cracking on her child. What I've noticed is that these black people with these inferiority complexes have for years tried to make me angry at my child. And I think that that is because there's never been a good parent to child relationship that these people have ever seen. They've never seen it, they've never experienced it, and they've never done it. It's something that's not my problem. I'm no longer, listen, I only have time for people that have time for progression. I don't care what race you are. But this is a huge problem. The inferiority complexes that black men have for white men is their problem. It's their problem. They are obsessed over it. They are paranoid and delusional about it. They waste their life. You can clearly see how they spend their time on doing nothing that's going to get them anywhere in life. But yet they look up at the age of 30, 40, or 50, and they say, oh, the white man did this to me. This is exactly what they do. And if you are a person that goes against the grain, if you are a person that proves otherwise, then they want the fantasy of you know other races of people bringing somebody down. It's sick. It is. It's sick. And it's sad. Don't let it stress you out. And for God's sakes, don't ever trust or deal with a black man that's doing that because he's dangerous. You as a black person, it's pretty disgusting. It's no different than a Jewish person using anti-Semitic comments against another Jew, another Jewish person. And, you know, some black people can be so broken when it comes to that. They are so broken. Don't let them break you. Okay, there's a lot of them that watch my channel that are completely broken, that came from somebody that I want nothing else to do with this. And, we're going to do the best that we can to ignore them. And we're going to do a lot of things over on the Witch's Broom channel. Later on in the witching hour, I am going to discuss invocations and summonings of angels, demons, and spirits. We are going to talk about that on the Witch's Broom channel. So if you guys are interested in how to get ahead and actually move past these people, then you guys are more than welcome to go over there. I'm not going to get into detail about it. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it at the moment, but I am going to speak about invocations and summonings and how they can really help you, as well as pacts. You can make pacts with demons, you can make pacts with angels, you can make pacts with deities. Okay. So, and you can actually make pacts with more than one, actually. But the one thing that you have to do is you have to let go of the need to sacrifice yourself. You have to let go of the need of being accepted by people that are full of crap anyway. I mean, when you look at people, especially when you look at some people that are within these Christian churches, it mirrors what you're seeing with, even that black sector. It mirrors it. Everybody just coming together, pretending to care about it and love each other, but actually hating each other at the same time. There's no love, it's all hate. This is sadly what you'll find in the churches, which is why it's very difficult to find another church. They sit around, they gossip about each other, they curse each other, just horrible. And so there is a way to bypass that. I mean, obviously, when you're doing rituals and you're doing spells, you are invoking certain spirits, but I think that also you have to find your north and you have to connect. Okay. If you are going through injustice and people telling lies on you or people stealing from you, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do, because you can be the best magician, you can be the most blessed person, and you can even be well liked, and people and their intentions can still affect you. What we're working on is putting as less stress on the heart chakra as possible. You know, my demons and my spirits and my angels, they want to stop it. In fact, they're trying to heal people right now. Just heal you so that you know, are not sick and ending up with heart disease, you know, ending up with problems. You know, you 9 times out of 10, you get away from these types of people. You step away from them, you stop listening to them, you stop communicating with them, and you're, yeah, believe it or not, your health will get better. It'll go back to normal. Believe it or not. It's very hard going through that, which is an angry black man with an inferiority complex. It's difficult. Look at what they do. How many of you women have felt like, oh, fuck, I can't pay my light bill, I can't pay my gas bill because of some psychotic, you know, black male with an inferiority complex? And as my motto goes now, any adult that tries to kill your dreams or destroy your dreams deserves nightmares. The way you heal your heart is you stop giving a damn, because they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about themselves. They don't give a damn about life. Some of them, they take no pleasure in accomplishments, and that's why they never accomplish anything. I worked hard to build this channel, hours and hours of doing readings before this channel got blacklisted, for a black man to try to destroy what I built, my open line of income. And he thinks I'm stupid. He'll say, oh, YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. This is a stream of income for me that you tried to block. So I don't care what you're saying. You know, I don't care what you're saying. Okay. So that's why they do that. They feel inferior, and they usually, you know, black men will have you at the welfare line. They'll you know, not to say that, you know, white women aren't on welfare, but you know, they will completely look at what you've had and what you built and try to destroy it. Not all of them, but some of them. Some of them are cool in a fan. A lot of them that you see hanging around in social media, not talking about nothing, not doing nothing. Yeah. Okay. That's what they up to. And the inferiority complex is coming from the miseducation spiritually and the programming. They're being taught their whole lives to worship a white man their entire lives. They don't even embrace the black photographs of Jesus. They are worshiping an image that they ultimately hate at the end of the day. And I don't hate white men at all. I don't, I mean, it doesn't, you know, obviously, if it's a racist white man, you know, I ain't fucking with him. But, you know, just to go around every single day, waking up in the morning, wishing that you was not here because of white people, period, that's stupid. That makes no sense. Who planted these destructive seeds in their minds? I can promise you that I've made it my whole life without that juncture, without that junction. I've made it my whole life, never had any problems. In fact, a lot of the people in my family, I'm not saying that every black male in my family is successful, but especially when it comes to the women, but the men too in my family, they don't allow that. They allow white people's existence to hold them back in life. Just the fact that they exist. Why do you think there was so much anger towards a little baby, a little boy, my son, that they hate? This is, I mean, you ain't got to tell me. The last black man that I dealt with, I mean, he had never done, I'd have cut his hands off if he'd ever touched my child. He never did that. But he let me know in subtle, underhanded ways that he hates my child. Because guess what? He was in full support of my child being called everything besides a child of God. You know why? Because he feels inferior. And to be honest with you, he is inferior. Not to my son, but just period, just to have that attitude. And this is what became painfully obvious to me, that I was sleeping with a wolf in sheep's clothing, that I was sleeping with the enemy, was the hatred that he actually factually feels for a child that's only 10 years old. He's never allowed around my kid again, because how do I know he's never going to snap? Now, if he was to snap, crackle, and pop, I would whoop his ass. They be picking his ass up off the goddamn sidewalk if he ever even thought about doing any harm to my baby. And that's where a lot of people got me fucked up. Okay. But I can tell you this, that that's why. And he doesn't deserve any support on that. He doesn't. After the things that he did, my son is a brand new person. He doesn't know anything about it. In fact, he actually looks at this black man as a father. And it's sad that it turned out this way, that this man decided that he was going to let me know I hate your son. And to be honest with you, I ain't even gonna mention it. He has a mixed child as well in his home. So kind of doesn't make any sense. I am of a belief system though that if you are a father, you're not going to either support or add to anybody attacking a child. What kind of father is that? Ew. And has somebody having an inferiority complex is bad energy. It's very bad energy. It's not good for the psyche. It's not good to be around somebody like that. It's not good to speak to someone like that. Okay. It isn't. And you know what? The way I see it is that it really ain't nothing that you can do about it. What can you do about it? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Those inferiority complexes probably started in their youth. And maybe their mama didn't do nothing about it. Who knows? You can tell clearly by the behavior that a lot of self-hatred was taught in the home. And I'm not going to go any further with that statement. Okay? They can't live, they can't breathe, they can't have fun, they can't just let go and just live because of that inferiority complex. And this is the reason why it boils over inside of them. They can't help it. And who else better than to take it out on the Black woman? And Black women, you know that we don't deserve that. A lot of us are very decent and kind hearted people. We don't deserve that. None of us do. But that's what they do, and that's what they do in social media. And they figured, hey, if I can make a quick buck off of it, if somebody's going to pay me to abuse the Black woman because I feel like an inferior male, then I'll do it. What else do I have? But those men don't represent me at all. And I don't want it to be a reflection of me. Okay. Because it's not. I live every single day, wake up in the morning feeling great, feeling good. You know, I have problems that I'm dealing with right now, but at the end of the day, I already know that my problems are solved. I just wish they would get off of YouTube and get to a therapist. So subscribe to the Witches Broom channel, where the all of the focus will be on that. This channel has turned into their boxing ground, and then also their crabs in a barrel, of course. They want to knock you down. It's such a turnoff. It really is. They they can't say that they haven't ever seen a Black man with any kind of wealth esteem or qualities of himself as a man. They've seen it. So they can't blame the media. Okay. So that explains it. Having understanding is power. And oh, that's why your fathers do it too. A lot of y'all that talk to me about the problems with your father, and why he does what he does, it is because of their inferiority complex because of the white man, which would really, at the end of the day, my God, wouldn't that make them the worst men on the planet? Because who does that? That would make you the worst man on this planet for you to do something like that. Especially when the Black woman welcomed you with open arms and gave you love and you did nothing but shit it on it. It's disgusting. Anyway, my emotions are not tied up in it. Um, I would love for you guys to help me rebuild, even though I've already rebuilt. We're just clearing things out. I would like, for people to go ahead and do the apprenticeships and go ahead and take the classes and all of that stuff. Because I am erecting my coven. And my coven is not going to be about that. Nobody wants to sit around and talk about this shit. If it comes up or if it arises, we're going to handle it. I want Black women and every other woman to know, but specifically Black women, is that the world is not out to get you. I can promise you. It's just these few distraught and disturbed Black men that created YouTube channels. And the women that don't have enough sense to stand in their power, actually. So we don't get down with racism. We don't get down with sexism. We don't get down with misogyny. Or Miss Andrew, like I said, men are welcome to join my coven. Absolutely. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I hope y'all enjoyed this nightcap. Hit the thumbs up as well as subscribe to my Witch's Broom channel. And I will catch y'all at a later time. Blessings. Bye-bye.